Hello everybody, it's Gzilla 2010 again, coming at you with a new Godzilla toy review. This review is very long overdue. Someone requested it way back in, 2011, last summer. I just neglected it and never got around to it, and so here it is. This figure was requested by Superzilla 101, and it is the Bandai Japan 1971 Hedorah. Showa Hedorah. Alright, so let's get started with the detail as usual. The detail is pretty dang good on this figure. Bandai did a great job with all the sludge and etchings and all that. It just looks fantastic on this figure. Definitely one of the best Hedorahs, detail-wise. Even they got the cracks in his head. It's hard to see, but yeah. Details fantastic. Paint job. He is a little lighter in color, at least mine is, than the movie. I'm pretty sure Hedorah is mostly just black in the movie, black and maybe a few highlights of silver and gray, but this Hedorah has like gray on the main body, and like the upper main body, and then he's got black for the arms and the lower body. And for the back, he's also got a few highlights of red and yellow. On the back, he's mostly is on the egg sac, especially the reds and yellows, and on the tail as well. So, and then under the arms, right here, he's got that yellow. That was on the suit. It's just hard to see in the movie because it was so dark. That was a text. Yeah. Okay. And for articulation, you wouldn't really expect too much from Hedorah, but I mean, he at least does have some points. He's got 2 points, the arms, which very, very tough to move around because of all the flaps of sludge and stuff that are on his arms and body. So, I mean, they can move, but it's at a limited degree. So, I mean, he can just, like Ultraman Chronos said in his review, give someone a big hug. Hug. No. Okay, so yeah, just 2 points. It's alright. Now, for the only problem with this figure. Scale. For some reason, they've made Hedorah, like, shorter than all the other figures. So let's give him a comparison to the Bandai Creation Hedorah. As you can see, the Bandai Creation Hedorah is much bigger than the Bandai Hedorah. I mean, he's white, it's wider, and it's taller. So, let's see how he fits in scale with some other monsters. First let's try who else but Godzilla, 1968, the Godzilla that he fought. This really doesn't work too well. I mean, they're almost the same size, but Hedorah is just slightly shorter. I mean, if you were, like, maybe using, like, Hedorah as, like, a landform or something, this Hedorah is, like, landform Hedorah or something, the four-legged one, but it might work, but this is just, it's not quite right. Hedorah is just a bit too small, so. Now, we all know what's gonna happen in the outcome of this. Well, this Godzilla absolutely towers over Hedorah. I mean, it's just like at least an inch difference. Since Godzilla is just way too huge, we all know that. Bandai Creation just oversized him. Poor Godzilla. Now we'll try the Godzilla that he fought in my movie, which this guy was featured. Godzilla 2001, GMK Godzilla. Again, this really isn't right. I mean, Hedorah's just slightly shorter than Godzilla, but I mean, it works. I mean, it would work. I mean, if you were just, making him like a movie like I did. But yeah, I mean, it's alright, but it just, if you were making like a super highly accurate thing, then, you know, it just would work. So, next, these monsters are all just for fun. Now, first, let's try Anguirus. Again, as with Godzilla, Anguirus is too big. This Bandai creation in Anguirus is too big. I've heard the Japanese one would work a little better, but this is just not right. Too big. Or Hedorah's too small. And now let's try Gigan. Hedorah's too small again. Now let's try Mecha G, 1974. This is possibly accurate, but I think they might just have to be the same size for it to really work. You know, since Mechagodzilla's slightly taller than Godzilla, and Hedorah is a little more taller than Godzilla, so you know. And now let's try King Hedorah. This Hedorah might need to be a bit bigger for this to be really accurate, but I mean, you know, it's not. Yeah. And now finally we'll try Rodan. 2004. Again, this doesn't quite seem right. Hedorah is just a little too small. Alright. So, yeah, sizing is just not quite the best for this figure. You know, how Bandai Creation made Godzilla abnormally large, and then they made Hedorah abnormally small. What gives? So, that's the only problem with this figure, really, is his scale. It's just not, he's just too small. Okay, and next, of course, since he's a Bandai figure, we're not going to show how he fits in the box. Instead, we're going to show the tag. This is Hedorah's tag. It's the newest series. I forget what it's called. I don't think it has a name, but it's just like, it was 2006, I think. It's got the purple around it, and then it's got that pretty interesting shot of Hedorah right there, and then his Japanese name. And then we got all the serial numbers, information, whatever. And then there's a picture of Hedorah's flying form. I don't know why they would use another, they should have used another cooler picture of his final form, in my opinion, but I mean, whatever, you know, it doesn't really matter. And then there's just that, yeah. So, tag's pretty cool, just your typical Godzilla tag. For movie accuracy, you know, since he's a Bandai figure, he's basically almost zero flaws. I mean, I really don't see any problems with him. I mean, he's got the egg sac, and he's got a pretty good sense of the suit, and I mean, he might need to be a bit like tall. Like, I mean, this Hedorah seems to be a bit hunched over, but you know, the actual Hedorah seemed to be like taller, like a bit more upright. But I mean, other than that, this is just fine. I mean, that's just a little tiny minor annoyance. It doesn't bother me, but. And actually, I forgot to mention the eyes. The eyes are pretty cool, but they're not entirely accurate, since they had like you know, like the little eye things inside the yellow parts. I mean, they do look pretty creepy and serious. If I just hold this up right there, he's gonna get you. No. So yeah. And lastly, I just wanted to pull this out real quick, since he hasn't been featured in hardly any of my videos. This guy, my little tiny Geshapon Hedorah. Yeah, he's pretty funny. He could be the midget Hedorah, his Hedorah's son. I am your father. No, but since I'm doing a review on Hedorah, I might as well just pull this guy out. Yeah. So, I think that's it. Everything seems to be pretty good for this guy. I would go ahead and give him a 5 out of 5, because he's just, you know, really cool figure, you know. Probably one of the best Hedorahs out there. He's still surfing around the internet, pretty, you know, fairly enough. I got this one off of Amazon, but eBay might be a better choice now since Amazon sort of like, I think the prices for these guys have been shooting up, but probably I got mine for like $16, so probably no more than $20 for this guy. So yeah, he's a pretty cool figure. Alright, and if you guys want to request anything for, you know, reviews, I haven't had any requests lately. So, I mean, if you want me to review any of my new stuff or any of my older stuff that I haven't gotten to yet, you just tell me. Alright, this is Diesel 2010, signing out. Goodbye.